welcome to group 22. So we are presenting on a hotel booking system using the C code or C program. So our code here helps users to book a room, check for rooms availability, check for clients details, and also exit the system after booking the specific room that they want. So I'll be taking you through code line 1 and code line 8. So let's start with code line 1. So the hash include stdio.h code. It helps to store the user's input and output, and is the function for printf and the scanf. So the hash define max room 10 code. This code stores the number of rooms that the user can book. So with this specific code, the number of rooms that the user can book is 10. So that means that if the user wants to book a room beyond 10, it won't be available. The code is made in such a way that it won't be available for the user to do so. Now let's get to code line 3. That's structure to hold room details. So the struct room stores the room details. That's the room number and the room type and the room availability. So let's go to the int room number code. So this int room number code stores the number of rooms available. So this particular code stores the number of rooms. And the char type array, this is a code array that stores the type of room, whether being it a single room, a double room, or a suite room. And the int is available. This particular code shows the availability of room for the user. It stores the rooms availability, the number of rooms that are available. That's what it stores. So let's get to the float price. So with this specific code, the float price stores the prices of the rooms. So if you are booking single room, you know that your price is this. If you are booking double room, you know that your price is this. And if you are booking the suite room, so the price is that displays to the user. This is the particular code that stores that. Thank you.
Hello guys, today I'll walk you through a simple yet effective C function. It displays all available hotel rooms in a nearly nice format, simple. So this function basically talks about how the rooms are going to display, or the experience of the available rooms. So let's just dive straight into the code breakdown. So we come here, the rooms headlines for the array of room structures containing information about about multiple rooms or the rooms available here, and the size also just the number of rooms in the array. So we come to the printf. This is like a table header. Printf, it just basically prints or headlines the available rooms as a title. Actually, that's what this one prints a title about available rooms. So printf, move on to the next one. Printf, the room number, room type, and the price. This also that is just a title which displays the room number, the type of room, and the price of room. And this here it just gives it's like a separator line which gives like clarity for the next code and makes it like a little bit well arranged. That's what it does. So we go to the next line of code, which is the int found. This is a variable found. It's initialized to 0, which helps this line of code helps track if any available rooms are found. That's what this line of code does. then the for loop, which is also this line of code, it iterates through each room in the array. So the whole array, this for loop just iterates through this for loop just iterates through it. So the condition, if this if condition, it checks if a room is available. That's what this if condition checks. They just check if rooms are what available. So the same thing. Printf, this printf, they are just headliners to check if everything is going. So we have available rooms as a headliner, room number, type, and price as also the headliner. And this line of code also, the for loop basically iterates through each room in the array. And the if condition checks if there are rooms available. That's what it does. Then we come to this line of code, to the printf. This one, if the for loop runs, it iterates through it iterates through each room in the array. Then if rooms are available, then this code is just to print the room number, the room type, the price of the room, and the room number, room type, and the room price. That's what this code does. That's if there are rooms available. You understand? If the found flag, except to indicate that at least one room was displayed. That's what this found flag does. This one, it sets, this one just displays if the room is found, indicate that at least one room was displayed. That's what it means. And then we come to this one, this line of code, which displays that if no available rooms were found, then it should print that no available rooms at the moment. That's what basically this room display function does. It also display all available rooms, and if no rooms are available, this is what it's supposed to display. But if no rooms are available. So this is my presentation on the room display function.
Guys, Salas Ahin, I'll be taking you to the next part of the code, which is the booking function. This part handles booking logic, prevents double booking, and ends the program when the user doesn't want to make any further bookings. So, let's get started. Line 81. Define the function book room. Define the function book room, which takes an array of room structures and the total number of rooms. Yeah, that's what line 81 does. Line 82 declares room number, like the room NOA. Declares room number. The room NOA stores user input for the room number, and also declares found. Found is a flag to check if the room exists, and choice, which stores the user's decision to continue booking. So yeah, that's what line 82 does. Line 85. Line 85 initiates a do-while loop, which ensures that the booking process happens at least once before checking the exit conditions. This is very useful because the user needs to see available rooms and enter a room number at least once. And found equals 0. It sets found to 0 before each booking attempt. It tracks whether and the found tracks whether the user entered the room the user entered. That room exists in the system. This prevents false positive from the previous iterations. I can read them. You might be asking why we even use the do while loop in a phase. Well, you can use a while loop because a while loop checks the conditions before executing the blocks. So you might not run at all if the conditions fail. But a do while loop runs it at least once. So it's very good in these kinds of situations. So let's move on to line 88. Line 88, alright. Line 88 prompts the user to enter a room number and stores the input in room NOS by the scanf part there. So it prompts the user to enter room number and stores it into room NO. And alright, let's move to line 90.
Line 90 loops through the list to check if the entered room number exists. So that's what line 90 does. And from line 91 to line 99, where it sees break, this pattern loops through all the rooms in the array. If the room matches the user's entered number, it enters into this block. Yeah. And if the room is found, we set the found equals 1 to mark that room exists. If the room is available, it is booked by setting it's available. Yeah, it's available equals 0. And the success message saying room has been successfully booked is shown. If the room is already booked, an error message is displayed. An error message saying sorry, it's already booked. This prevents a room from being booked twice, so that the loop stops after finding the room. If not, it shows the error message again. Okay, now we move to line 102. This part occurs if found is not equal to 1 bar equal to 0 after the loop. This means the room does not exist and an error message is displayed saying room number does not exist. So now let's move to line 106. This part asks the user if they want to make another room. The space before percentage sign C in scanf ensures correct input reading. So now let's move to line 109 to 1112. So this part, if the user enters N or no, a thank you message is displayed and the program exits. Let's move to 1114. But if the person chooses to choose Y or yes, the loop repeats for another booking attempt. Otherwise, it stops. With this. So in summary, this part of the quiz displays available rooms and asks the user for a room number, checks if that room exists and is available. If it's available, it books it. If no, it shows an error and also prevents the user from booking a room twice. Asks if the user wants to book another room, loops until the user sees no or picks N and then exits. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the other guys' explanation. Thank you. See you later.
I am Wandakwami Asuma, a member of Group 22, and I'm presenting on the cancel booking function. So the purpose of this function is to handle the cancellation logic for room bookings. So I'll explain the parameters. The struct comprises an array of room structures. That's the function of the struct that is included in our code. And in size, it's the number of rooms in the array. So now that we've indicated the struct already, the in size indicates the number of rooms in the array. Then after that, we included some variables. That's the int room number. Then it's responsible for the number entered by the user. So when the code is run, it prompts the user to enter a room number that they want to cancel. So after the number is being entered, it checks. After checking if found, it's also included in the code, and the function of this variable is responsible for tracking whether the room number is found or not. And 0 means the room number is not found, and 1 means the room number has been found. So I'll now talk about the steps involved in cancel booking. The code prompts the user to enter the room number to cancel. After the room number is entered, the scanf function, the scanf that is introduced in our code, reads the room number and then it loops through the room array that was indicated earlier to find the matching room number. And we also included a loop, that's the if loop. Yes, and if found was included there, and the if loop, we use the if loop in this particular condition. So the if found there checks if the room is currently booked. Yes, and if the room is actually booked after the if found is executed, the booked is cancelled. The booked room is cancelled. Yeah, And after that, the print function there prints a confirmation message to show that the booking is cancelled. And because it's a conditional statement, if it's also not found, it also prints a confirmation message to the user that the room is not what being booked. And that's because that's based on the room number that's being entered by the user. But if not found, it indicates to the user that the room is not available. So the purpose of this function is to provide a simple and efficient way to cancel room booking.
So let's talk about the main function. This is the control point of the uh, hotel booking system, and it manages the user interface and direct program flows. So uh, this contains some arrays called hotel rooms, and max room. For hotel room, it stores the details of each hotel, and the room stores the room number, the type, availability, and the price of each rooms. And the max room is for the available rooms. So here we have 10 rooms, which means we have 101, 102 up to 1100, which is 10 rooms. So when you come down, we have a main loop. The main loop rule is where the user interaction begins. So this place, it displays the main menu for the hotel booking system, and it ensures that the menu is repeatedly displayed. So the user it chooses to exit. So this place, it has a choice variable. This choice variable stores the user's menu selection. And when you come down, you have where you print hotel booking system. So it means this variable, this menus will show. So print F, hotel booking system, display available rooms, book a room, cancel room, exit, enter your choice. They will all show. And the scanf erase the numerical input of the user and stores it as a choice variable. So whenever a user inputs maybe 1, which is display available rooms, the scanf will store the input. Now we are at the switch statement. What it does is it has cases. So each cases is linked to the main menu. So let's say case 1 is linked to display available rooms. So when the user enters 1, display available room is what is entered. So it displays the available rooms in the hotel. So if it's 10 available, it displays all. So when the user continues to enter book room, which is case 2, it enters book room. So it brings the code of the rooms for him to book. So each cases here is linked to the main menu, and the main menu is the display available rooms, book a room, cancel booking room, and exit. So each number the user enters here is linked to the main menu. So it calls the main menu and executes it. So let's say the user enters an invalid number like 7, 8, 10, which is not in the main menu. What happens is it displays invalid choice or try again, which means those numbers are not in the main menu. And the break function it helps to prevent the program from executing on its own. So let's say the user enters 1 and it has displayed the available rooms. The user has to enter 2 before the room codes will show. So it doesn't run on its own, it doesn't execute on its own because of the break function. So now let's go to the last part, which is the program termination and continuation. So for here we have while choice, which is equal to 4. So if the user enters number 4, what happens is the program is terminated and it returns 0, which means the program has exited. So when enter number 1, number 2, number 3, the program continues running. So if you didn't enter the exit option, which is number 4, the program will continue running.